May I have your attention, please? Welcome, everybody. My name is Rafal Dutkiewicz. I am the city mayor of the city of Wrocław, and I wanted to ask your applause for Wrocław. Well done. Thank you very much. Herewith I am opening the third Wrocław Global Forum. And firstly, thank you very much to everybody who was active in an action of preparing this very important event. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And now I wanted to warmly welcome to the city of Wrocław and to this event just few important guests, beginning with Mr. Lech Wałęsa, the former president of Poland, honorary citizen of the city of Wrocław. Witam serdecznie. There will be two people joining us that just landed in Wrocław now. I mean Hanna Herman, the presidential advisor from Ukraine, and Valery Horoszkowski, the first vice prime minister of Ukraine. We can give them applause because they landed successfully. There will be coming soon, pretty known in Wrocław and even worldwide, Witali Klitschko, today as a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador. And there is a Minister of Defense from Moldavia, Vitali Marinuta. Welcome. We're very proud to have here Jiří Schneider, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs from Czech Republic. There is organizer of this event, Lee Feinstein, the US ambassador to Poland. And Jan Krzysztof Bielecki, the former Prime Minister of Poland, a really good fan of Śląsk Wrocław. Welcome, Krzysztof. And talking about honorary citizens of the city of Wrocław, I wanted to welcome Mr. Professor Davies, welcome, and his wife as well. And big applause for the couple. And now, possibly honorary citizen of the city of Wrocław in the future, Fred Kempe from Atlantic Council. Welcome, Fred. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's good to know that I still have something very important to aspire for. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my immense pleasure to welcome you to our third annual Wrocław Global Forum, or as I like to call it, the opening match of the Euro 2012 Football Championships. We won't be kicking around balls, we'll be kicking around ideas and policy options and ideas about the future, and if we do our job well, it will have more lasting importance than the other championship. I'm Fred Kempe, President and CEO of the Atlantic Council, and on behalf of the Atlantic Council and its chairman, Senator Chuck Hagel, International Advisory Board Chairman, General Brent Scowcroft, thank you all for joining us in this beautiful city for 2 days of what I'm sure will be a fascinating conference. I always say in these opening comments, but I will again, how impressive this city is and how impressive its mayor is. Both this city and its historical significance, but also its contemporary prestige and economic dynamism and success story. And of course, is the birthplace of my grandfather. This year, Mr. Mayor, I must say I've been totally blown away, and I'm not quite sure how the translators will deal with that phrase. The preparations for the championships have proven Wrocław a true hub of cultural esteem and international clout. I'm awed by the renovations and organization that I've already seen put in place for this event, and I know what a challenge also the football matches will be. The airport, the streets, everything that one's seen in preparation. I'm reminded what an honor it is to participate here, and we look forward to this annual effort, because it's really only through an annual effort that you can build the communities of influence to push along the policy issues that we always do between the annual meetings of this forum. I do want to thank the U.S. Embassy in Poland and Ambassador Lee Feinstein and his instrumental role in creating this initiative. Your guidance has once again been crucial to the forum's success, and I thank you for your friendship as well. Many thanks as well to the Polish Foreign Ministry and Foreign Minister Radek Sikorski, and to our think tank partners in Poland, the Polish Institute for International Affairs, led by former Prime Minister Jan Bilecki, who you'll hear from in just a moment, and Marcin Zaborowski. The Center for International Relations, headed by Ambassador Janusz Reiter, and the Institute of Public Affairs, led by Jacek Kuszarczyk. A huge thank you also needs to go out to the Atlantic Council staff, led by Fran Burwell, an Atlantic Council Vice President, and the head of our events, our resident Pole in Washington, Ania Voloshin. Last but certainly not least, thank you to Maciej Watucki, CEO of Polish Telecom and an Atlantic Council board director. It was Maciej's idea to start this initiative, and it's no exaggeration to say that the forum would not exist without him. Thank you very much, Maciej. 2 years ago, we launched the first Wrocław Global Forum as an effort to showcase Central Europe's important role as a partner in U.S. efforts to strengthen political, security, and economic ties across the Atlantic, as well as with Europe's East. As most of you know, this forum also is a follow-on to the NATO summit in Chicago, where top transatlantic leaders convened to address the future. Chicago, of course, is home to one of the largest communities of Polish Americans, and President Komorowski extended his stay in Chicago an extra day after the conclusion of the summit because he said Chicago holds a, quote, special place on the map of Polish emotions. This year, we are thrilled to have over 450 guests joining us for the forum this year, and over 100 more than last year. We're especially pleased to see so many distinguished political and business figures from the transatlantic community in our audience. We try to bring together the security community, the business community, the policy community, communities that don't always talk to each other often enough. If you take a look through your conference materials, you'll see that we'll have an all-star lineup of speakers: Polish Foreign Minister Radek Sikorski, U.S. Deputy Secretary Thomas Nides, Deputy Secretary of State Thomas Nides, EU Commissioner Thomas Fula, U.S. Special Envoy Ellen Tauscher, and of course, our opening keynote speaker, President Lech Wałęsa. With that, I'm going to pass to Prime Minister Bilecki to introduce our opening speaker. But let me just say one thing, President Wałęsa. I interviewed you after you were released from incarceration. It was still martial law. I was at the Wall Street Journal. Everyone in Poland was depressed. Almost everyone I knew had lost hope. You were buoyant. You looked fit. You were optimistic. And I think I might have said, "What am I missing, Mr. Wałęsa?" And you told me a story about your family, the farming roots, and that there were times when you had to plant potatoes, and there were times when you had to harvest potatoes. And you said, "We're very busy planting at the moment." So let me just thank you for so successfully planting so many potatoes for the rich harvest that we've profited from. Without further delay, let me turn to Prime Minister Bilecki to introduce you.